Good day everyone. In this video, we will discuss a lecture about our members subjected to flexure and axial loads. And this is governed by our provision or section from NACP under 508. While many structural members can be treated as axially loaded columns or as beams with only flexure loading, most beams and columns are subjected to some degree of both bending and axial loads. And as shown in our figure, we have a axial compression force, and together with that force acting also is our transverse load that will cause flexure or bending sa ating column. And this column is treated as a beam column due to the interaction of two types of loads. In general, the relationship between the required and available strength may be expressed as required strength divided by the available strength. Bali, we have our RS divided by AS, and it is compared, and this ratio of RS and AS, or the required strength and available strength, should be less than or equal to 1.0 in order to say that yung loading natin is safe. And the value or the ratio of RS and AS rather is called the interaction value. This is called as the interaction value. At dapat nga siya is less than sa 1.0 in order to say that yung ratio or the relationship between our required and available strength is acceptable or adequate to support our given loadings. And considering that we have a compressive force, yung compression member natin will be subjected to required strength natin na PU at meron siyang kakayahan din na ating available strength or si phi PN. Yun ay kapag ka LRFD. At ang ratio ng dalawa ng PU, which is the required strength, and our phi PN, which is the available strength, must be less than or equal sa 1.0. And if we will have ASD, yung PA natin ay divided by PN over phi, omega rather, must be less than rin sa 1.0 in order to say that this is adequate. Or in general term, this can be rewritten as the required compressive force or compressive force nga divided by our available compressive force. And that should be equal or less than sa 1.0. Then similarly, if we will have a member subjected to bending, we will have MR over MC, which this must be also less than or equal sa 1.0. But now, if we will combine the effect of our axial forces and bending moments, dapat yung interaction value ay 1.0 pa rin. Bali, PC or PR rather, divided by PC plus MR over MC must be less than or equal sa 1.0. And with this, considering that we will have a biaxial bending, si moment can be divided into two parts. Bali, this will become, for biaxial bending plus a compressive force, biaxial bending plus compressive force, our equation will become PR over PC plus the sum of MRX over MRY, MCR rather, mcx plus mry divided by mcy. And this should be less than or equal rin sa 1.0. Yung subscript natin denotes that yung bending is about x-axis for this one, and for this one is about y-axis. And from this concept, dinerive or na-formalize yung codes na naka-state sa ating NSCP. Bali, let's go down. Considering that we have doubly and singly symmetric members subjected to axial flexure, the interaction of the flexure and compression in doubly symmetric members and singly symmetric members for which 0.1 is less than or equal sa IYC over IY, which should be less than or equal sa 0.9, that are constrained to bend about the geometric axis x and or y shall be limited by 508.1-1A, which is this one, and 508.1-1B, which will be this one, where IYC is the moment of inertia about the y-axis referred to as the compression flange, mm raised to 4. And kung compare natin from the concept that was presented earlier, ito yung ating magiging interaction value. Yung formula natin for the interaction value, given that PR over PC is greater than or equal sa 0.1. Bali, mamumultiply lang yung moment part by 8 over 9. Considering na mas malaki yung contribution ni compressive force kumpara do sa ating moment. Then, if less naman yung contribution ni compressive force, ang magiging formula natin ay PR over 2PC. Bali, 1/2 lang ni PR over PC yung mag-a-effect dun sa ating beam. Plus, yung moment terms natin, at dapat yung ating interaction value would be less than or equal sa 1.0. And kung ito ay a-applyan natin ng LRFD and ASD, lahat ng nasa bottom part ng ating or nasa denominator would be multiplied by its respective load combination. At yung ating theta dito for compressive force ay equal sa 0.9, as well as yung theta for bending natin, phi tawag natin dito, na 0.9. While if we will use ASD, the denominator will be further divided by our omega, at ang omega natin is 1.67 for both compression and bending. And it was stated here naman sa ating NSCP dito sa provision na ito. Then, aside from that, we also have some other provisions regarding the doubly and singly symmetric members in flexure and tension. Kanina kasi, flexure and compression yung magkasama. But we'll just mainly focus sa flexure and compression since beam columns yung ating i-analyze. Bali, beam natin will fail on bending, then si column ay mag-fail on compressive force. Then we also have some provisions for doubly symmetric members in single axis flexure and compression. Then meron din tayo for unsymmetric and other members subjected to flexure and axial force. Then members under tension and combined torsion, under torsion and combined torsion, flexure, shear, and axial force, and some other provisions. But for now, we'll just take a look on combination of flexure and compression and just try or practice applying the concept that we will be presenting dito sa other types of load combination natin. And with this, we will have our sample problem in the separate video. Good day everyone. In this video, we will have our example problem for flexure and axial load. Combination of flexure and axial load. And for this one, we have a column shown in the figure which is pin connected at both ends and subjected to horizontal and vertical loads. And for this problem, we are required to determine the adequacy of this member, considering that there is no local instability. Given that length of the column is 6 meters and our compressive dead load is equal to 150 kilonewton, where the compressive live load is 420 kilonewton, while our horizontal dead load, which acts at the midpoint of our beam and will cause bending moment, ay horizontal dead load na 30 kilonewton and horizontal live load na 50 kilonewton. And the steel is made of A992 steel with FY 345 MPa and FU na 448 MPa. Given the section properties ng ating W250 by 80, its dimension, and the section properties. And for this problem, we shall compute for the adequacy based on section 508 of NSCP. And with that, we are required to compute for the available compressive strength, required compressive strength, available bending strength or moment strength, and the required moment strength of our columns. And this column is also treated as beam due to the presence of our horizontal dead load, which will produce a bending moment. And the first step that we're going to do is to compute for the nominal axial strength and the nominal moment strength. So, nasa na yung pangsulat? Mn for compression at or Pn. Then Mn due to bending. And the first step that we're doing, if we are computing for the required strength, is to determine yung ating width to thickness ratio in order to know if there will be local instability. But it was stated in the problem that the local instability is not a problem. So we can just proceed in computing for our axial or nominal axial load. And the first thing that we'll be doing is to determine our slenderness ratio. And to determine our slenderness ratio, let's compute for it. KL over RY and RX and KL over RY. And since we have a pin connected column, kaya ang K natin ay equal sa 1.0 at nasa end lang naman yung ating support. So, our unbraced length is equal to 6 meters. Or naka 6,000 na to have a consistent unit with our RX. And RX is 111. And we can compute for our slenderness ratio about its x-axis as 54.054. While for our RY, ang K din natin dito is 1.0, then ang L as well is 6,000 divided by RY, which is 65. And this will give us our slenderness ratio na 92.308. And comparing these two to determine our critical slenderness ratio, that's the maximum between the two, and our S critical is 92.308. And now, para malaman natin kung anong type ng buckling yung mag-occur, kailangan natin i-compare si critical slenderness ratio sa ating limiting slenderness ratio, which is 4.71 square root of E over Fy, where E is equals to 200,000 MPa, while Fy is 345 as stated sa ating problem. And we can compute for our limiting slenderness ratio as 113.40. And comparing the two quantities, S critical is less than our limiting width to thickness ratio, which is 113.40. And since this is less than, we will have our inelastic buckling. If we will have an inelastic buckling, yung FCR natin will be computed using this formula, 0.658 raised to Fy over Fe times Fy. Now, problem natin is that wala pa tayong value ng Fe rather. So let's compute for Fe, and its formula ay pi squared E over KL over R squared, and that's pi squared times 200,000 divided by KL over R, which is 92.308, then squared natin, and we will get our FCR, Fe pala, as 231.66 MPa. Then with this Fe, we can now compute for FCR. So our FCR ay equals sa 0.658 times Fy na 345 divided by 231.66 times Fy 345. And ang FCR natin is 184.97 MPa. But hindi pa tayo tapos since we are finding for our nominal compressive force, and that's Pn equals FCR times Ag. At ang Pn natin is 1885.6 kilonewton. And this is our Pn, which we will be using later on. And now, tapos na tayo sa compressive part, let's move sa moment. At since yung moment natin ay mag-act lang naman sa ating major axis, so yung mny natin will be automatically equal sa 0, kaya ang akumpitin lang natin ay mnx. And to compute for mnx, considering that we have a compact section, ang agamitin natin is si section 506.2. Where based on 506.2, we are expecting two types of limit states. And to determine aling limit state yung mag-occur, let's get our unbraced length. At ang unbraced length natin is equal sa 6 meters, since yung ating lateral support is provided only at its connections. So this is 6 meters. And para malaman natin kung anong type ng lateral torsional buckling or if ga-yield lang, computin natin si LP. At ang formula natin for LP is 1.76 Ry times square root of E over Fy. And this will give us value of LP as 2,754 mm, or simply 2.754 meters. At yan nakita natin that LP is less than LB, so hindi nag-occur si limit state of yielding. So, it's just lateral torsional buckling. But now, hindi pa natin alam if it will be elastic or inelastic. And to determine if elastic or inelastic, dapat ma-determine natin yung value ng LR. And to compute for LR, we have our formula na 1.97 RTS times E over 0.7 Fy times square root of Jessica Soho times square root of 1 plus square root of 1 plus 6.76 of 0.7 Fy over E times SXHOJC squared. And since yung mga values na kailangan naman natin for LR is already given in our problem, let's compute for LR, and ang value ng LR would be 10,348 mm or simply equals sa 10.348 meters. Now, na-compute natin si LB, LR, and LP. We can now determine or classify kung anong type ng lateral torsional buckling yung go-occur. And since LP is less than LB, but now let's determine if LB is less than sa ating LR. And LB is found less than LR, so we will have an inelastic LTB. And if we are going to have an elastic LTB, this will fall on zone 2. So our nominal moment would be computed using this formula, CB times MP minus MP minus 0.7 Fy Sx. Take note, this should be divided by 10 raised to 6 times LB minus LP divided by LR minus LP, and the product of this one, MN, should be less than our MP. But what is our MP? MP is our plastic moment computed by the formula na Fy times Zx, and that should be divided by 10 raised to 6 in order to have an answer with a unit of kilonewton meter. And MP natin is 376.53 kilonewton meter. And with the value of MP, we can compute for our MN given that CB is equal to 1.32. Then MP is computed as 376.54. Fy and Sx is given. Then LB, LP, and LR was computed already. So our MN would be equal sa 418.6 kilonewton, which is greater than. It was found that MP is greater than, or MN is greater than MP. Thus, ang MN natin ay magiging MP na lamang. Kasi bawal lumagpas yung ating MN sa MP. 53 kilonewton meter. Take note that yung MN natin ay bawal mag-exceed sa MP. So, but sabi kasi dito, MN should be less than or equal sa MP. So, if nag-exceed yung na-compute natin na MN, yung MP would be the value of our MN. Now that we have computed already the value of our MN and MP, or MN and PN rather, we can now determine the adequacy of our beam columns. And to determine the adequacy of our beam columns, we'll be utilizing the provision for our NSFE, specifically this one. We will use this one, and based on this, kailangan muna nating malaman or makuha yung ratio ng PR over PC to choose kung case 1 or case 2 yung gagamitin natin. Pero hindi pa pala natin nako-compute si ating tawag dito, available strength and si required strength natin. Let's have first using LRFD. Compute natin yung ating available strength. Bali, meron tayong PC or magiging siyang si PU max equal siya sa Phi times PN, and that's 0.9 times 1885.6 kilonewton, and ang PU max natin ay 1697.04 kilonewton, while our MU max would be MN over times Phi. At ang Phi natin is 0.9 as well times 376.53, and this will give us the value of our MU max as 338.88 kilonewton. But this is just the denominator of our equation. Kailangan natin pang makuha yung ating mga available, mga required strength. And let's have first sa ating compressive force, that's PU. Ang ating load combination ay 1.2 of dead load plus 1.6 of live load. 1.2, ang dead load natin is 150 plus 1.6 of live load na 420. And this will give us 852 kilonewton. While for our MU, MUX natin, bali si MUX will be computed using our formula na HUL over 4. Yung maximum moment natin for simply supported beam. And this is, kaso kailangan muna natin ma-determine si HU. Si HU ay 1.2 of HD plus 1.6 of PL. And that's 1.2 of HL to. HD is 30 plus 1.6 of HL, which is 50. At ma-compute natin si HU as 116 kilonewton. Then computing for MU X, that's 116 times L natin, which is 6 divided by 4. At mo-compute natin yung MU as 174 kilonewton meters. And since meron na tayong MU, PU, PU max, and PU, determine muna natin kung ano yung ratio ng PR over PC or yung PU over PU max natin. PR over PC, which is also equal sa PU over PU max. That's 852 divided by 1697.04, and that will give us a ratio of 0.502, which is greater than 0.2. And that's why we will use our first case of doubly and singly symmetric members in flexure and compression. And the formula is PR, that will be PU divided by PU max plus 8 over 9 of mu x plus mu max x plus mu y plus mu max y, and that this interaction value must be less than or equal sa 1.0 in order to say that we have an adequate beam columns. And PU over PU max was already computed. That's 0.502 plus 8 over 9 of MUX. That's 174 divided by MU max, which is 338.88. Ang MUY natin as well as MU max is equal sa 0 since wala tayong force that will cause bending about the y-axis. And now let's solve for this one. And there should be less than sa 1.0 at ang compute natin ay 0.958, and this interaction value is less than 1.0, therefore yung ating beam column is adequate. And now let's consider naman si ASD. And for ASD, ang ating omega is equal to 1.67 for both LRFD and for both compression and bending. But let's start in determining PA. That's PD plus PL, or simply 150 plus 420 equal siya sa 570 kilonewton. While yung HA natin ay HD plus HL equal siya sa 30 plus 50, or simply 80 kilonewton. And with this HA, we will compute for our MAX. And that's HA times L over 4. Bali, apply lang si theory of structure doon, ano? That's 80 times 6 divided by 4. And we will get our MA max as 120 kilonewton meter. Then, compute natin si available strength ng beam. That's PA max, which is equal sa PN over omega, or 1885.6 divided by 1.67, or simply equals sa 1129.1 kilonewton meters. And ang ating MN max max x ay equal sa MN divided by omega. At ang MN natin ay equal sa 376.53 divided by 1.67, and that will give us 225.47 kilonewton meters. And with this, pwede na tayong pumili kung anong case yung gagamitin natin by dividing our PA by PA max. And ang PA natin is 570 at ang PA max natin ay 1129.1. And makukompute natin is 0.505, which is greater than sa 0.2. So, governing si axial load. Kaya ang ating equation would be this one. And that's PA over PA max plus 8 over 9 times MAX over MA max x plus MAY over MA max y, which should be less than or equal sa 1.0. And earlier, na-compute na natin si PA over PA max as 0.505. Then, i-add na lang natin si moment part. And ang MA max is 120. MA x ay 120. Ang AM max y, MA max x ay 225.47 47. Then ang MAY at MA max Y would be equal sa 0 since there are no forces that will cause bending about y-axis. And makukompute natin ito at yung ating interaction value as 0.978, which is less than 1.0. So we can conclude that adequate yung ating beam columns to support our given loads. And thank you for watching. I hope that you have learned something about our flexure and axial loads. This will be our only example problem for this problem, but we have a sample problem for purlins that is somehow related sa ating concept ng flexure and axial. But for purlins, that is only biaxial bending or biaxial flexure force. Thank you for watching.
Naririnig ba? Pasagot naman po.
Naririnig po.
Thank you. Bali, we'll start I'll share my screen para makita natin yung problem na solve natin for today. Nakikita na yung screen natin?
Yes po, sir.
Bali, for today, what we're going to have is combined forces that may be axial, may be compression and tension with the effect of flexure. Bali, ito yung concept na gagamitin natin. Bali, meron tayong recorded lecture naman ito na-discuss na yan sa video and hopefully napanood na to. And we have a sample problem that was posted last time din. And itong video natin last time pertains to axial compression with a applied concentrated load here that serves or acts transverse to sa ating column and have an effect of flexure dito sa column na to. And with that, magiging or nag-act yung ating column also as a beam. Bali, meron tayo ditong second sample problem. Basically, katulad lang din naman siya nung previous sample problem number 1 natin. We'll just discuss this synchronous. Bali, for this one, we have this beam column. Primarily, column siya. Pero this will also serve as a beam dahil nga dito sa concentrated load na to. Dahil sa concentrated load na ito, magkakaroon ng flexure o more moment within our column. That's why we have the term called beam column. Yung beam column natin is fixed at both ends and is subjected to the shown load combination. Meron tayong dead load, then live load na compressive force. And we also have this concentrated dead load and live load that acts at the midspan of our column. Then, bending is about the strong axis. And we know naman na meron tayong strong axis bending and weak axis bending. But for our problem, yung bending natin will just occur on the strong axis. And usually, the strong axis is yun yung merong mas mataas na moment of inertia. So, considering that this is a W section, yung strong axis niya is the x-axis natin. Kasi mas greater yung moment of inertia niya doon. Try lang natin magsulat. And greater yung moment of inertia at the x-axis compared to the y-axis. Then dito, kailangan nating ma-determine? We must determine whether this member satisfy the appropriate AISC specification interaction equation. Ano? Or itong AISC specification interaction equation is just the same sa NSCP na interaction value natin or interaction equation. That the required strength, ano yung PR natin divided by its capacity should be less than or equal sa 1.0. Ano? Yung mga required strength natin, pag dinivide by the capacity, dapat ang ratio niya is always equal sa 1.0. Ano? Kasama na yung moment dyan, moments and yung concentrated loads natin. Then dito, the still daw na ginamit is A992 still, therefore ang FY niya ay 345 at ang FU naman niya is 448.5 MPa. Then from here, we're going to assume also that we have a compact section. So, ano yung importance na sinabi dito that we have a compact section? Bali, ibig sabihin for analyzation of our compressive member, ano nung column part nitong ating section, hindi na natin kailangan pa mag-compute ng Q. Ano? Kasi basically, compact, assuming that this is a compact section, there will be no local instability. No local instability for this problem. But if it was not stated in the problem, ano yung tungkol dito sa compactness ng section or hindi sinabi that there's no local instability, kailangan nating i-check ano yung ating width to thickness ratio. That is specified naman sa steps that we have created for analyzation of our compression member as well as our flexure member. Sorry, ano nangyari? Then here we are told to not consider the amplification or moment amplification due to the secondary effect of moments. Ano? Ito kasi sa beam column, there is another analysis but we're not going to apply that. Ano kasi yung second analysis natin, there's assumption of secondary moments. Bali yung ating discussion is just limited to utilization of the interaction equation in order to determine if effective ba or not yung ating column. Bali na dito yung code. Hindi ko ma-slide daw. Ano, ito yung code na gagamitin natin to check for the interaction value. Ano, bali meron tayo dito ang dalawang consideration. Nakadepende yung ating gagamitin na equation kung ito pang equation A or equation B. Depende sa ratio ng concentrated force natin na nag-act as compression or tension. If the ratio of PR over PC is greater than or equal to 2.0, we'll use the equation 1. But if that is less than sa 2.0, so we're going to use our equation number 2 or equation B. So may dalawang part yung equation natin, ano? That is PC. Yung PC is makukuha natin sa pag-analyze ng compression member or tension member. Then dito naman, itong part na to is agawin natin sa flexure member. Ano? So basically, itong ating last topic na to will just utilize yung mga previous topics natin. Ano kasi itong ang una, compression or tension yung na-consider dito. Then dito naman is yung ating flexure member. So with that, ano, nandito naman given properties, let's start solving this problem. Ang goal lang natin is makuha yung value nito, ano kung that is less than 1.0 or greater than that. Delete ko lang muna to. So for our first step, anong una natin kailangan gawin? For first step, we must compare PR and over PC sa 0.2. Ano, kailangan natin makuha ano yung relationship ng PR over PC sa 0.2 dahil dito malalaman natin if we're going to use nga the equation 1 or we're going to use equation 2. So what is PR? Ano bali yung PR? Based on the definition dito sa ating bali PR is the required actual compressive force. Ano, so paano tayo nag-compute for the required compressive force? Ano? Take note that we have two design philosophies. Para maging simple lang yung ating calculation, we'll just utilize LRFD. Ano bali LRFD lang. Just resolve this problem by applying ASD after natin matapos. Ano? So if we're going to use our LRFD, so to compute for ER, we're going to use its load combination factors. Ano, that will be 1.2 of dead load or PD natin plus 1.6 of live load. Ano balit? Pag sinabi naman that this is already a factored load, ano, hindi na natin kailangan pang i-apply si 1.2 at 1.6. Ano, pero wala namang pinagsabihan if this is factored or unfactored load. So ang assumption natin is this one is unfactored load. So 1.2 times PD, that's 155 plus 1.6 times the live load, which is 440. Ano? So let's get its sum. Ilan yung ating sum? 1.2 times 155 plus 1.6 times 440. So yung ating PR ay mo-compute natin as 890. Ano? Then after nito, we'll solve for PC. Ano, what is our PC? PC is defined as the available actual compressive strength. So if we're going to compute for the available compressive strength, nandito rin naman siya, no? Considering LRFD, so that's basically phi times PC, PN rather. So that's phi times PN. So what's our phi? And so knowing that this is for compression, our phi basically is 0.9. But how are we going to compute for our PN? And so for PN, we're going back to our topic na compression members, and we're going to solve PN based on the code of compression members. So nasaan siya? Wala dito. So recall lang natin, ano, paano ba natin na-solve yung PN? Ano na compression members? Bali, basically, ang first step dapat is for determining its width to thickness ratio, kung kailangan ng Q or not. But it was already stated that we have a compact section. So i-skip na natin yun. Ano, then the next step is kailangan natin malaman yung ating slenderness ratio. Ano yung ating SR? SRX and SRY. And from their SRX and SRY, kailangan natin makuha si S-crit. Ano? So, what is our SRX? Bali, for our SRX, kailangan natin ng formula, ano, na KL over R. That is for X. Then, KL over R of our Y-axis naman. So basically, ang sinabi dito sa problem natin that we have both pin ends. Ano, so pag meron tayong both pin ends, ibig sabihin yan, ang K natin is equal to 1.0. Tama ba? Bali 1.0 yung K natin. Ganon din sa Y-axis. Ano, kasi wala namang binanggit na other support. Then yung L naman is the length. Hindi ko pa napiprint. Is 5,200. Ano? Ganon din sa kabilang side. Then divide it by the R. Ano yung RX natin? Ito yon. That's 110.49. Then sa Y naman, that is 64.52. Kumpitin lang natin yung SRX natin. That's 5,200 divided by 110.49. That will give us 47.06. Then para dito sa SRY naman, 500 to 5,200. 5,200 divided by 64.52. That will give us 80.60 na. So from here, we're going to select the critical slenderness ratio. At alin ang critical na slenderness ratio? That is the greater between the two slenderness ratio that we have. So ano yung S-crit natin? Simply that is 8,800 mali na naman 80.60. Unit less yung slenderness ratio natin. Then from here, para malaman natin kung aling formula for FCR yung gagamitin natin, kailangan natin tong i-compare sa limiting slenderness ratio natin, which is 4 point, ilan siya? 71. Square root of E over Fy. So that's 4.71 square root of 200,000 divided by Fy, given siya as 345. So ito ay 113.40. Tama ba?
Tama po.
Okay. Bali comparing S-crit or yung critical slenderness ratio natin and the limiting slenderness ratio, 113.40, aling formula ng Fy yung gagamitin natin? Alin kayo sa dalawa? Di ba may dalawa tayong formula for Fy? Which one? Uy, ano daw? Alin formula? Pa-unmute ng mic na lang. Uy, sino? Bis mapakpak. Aling FCR formula ang gagamitin?
Sir, yung ano pa ay 0.685 po.
Okay. Bali, dahil S-crit is less than dito sa ating limiting slenderness ratio, therefore, we're going to utilize this formula for FCR. Yung 0.658 raised to Fy over Fe times Fy. Walang Q dito dahil wala naman tayong local instability. Bali, kindly memorize this one kasi ito dito lagi nagkakamali kasi minsan ang nagagamit ay 0.685 ay dapat ay 0.658. Nasa code naman siya kaya hindi dapat tayo malito. Bali, FCR is equal to this one, but we have our problem dahil wala pa tayong value ng Fe. So, kailangan natin mag-solve ng Fe. To solve for Fe, what's our formula? That's simply pi squared E over KL over R squared. So that's pi squared times 200,000 divided by yung ating KL over R na nag-govern, that's 80.60 squared. So ilan to? It will give us 303 lang. 85. So meron tayong Fe, substitute na lang natin sa FCR. It is 0.658. Fy is 345 divided by 303.85 times 345. So ilan to?
214.49.
214
Siya ay
to 214.49.
214. Ay, sorry. That will be 214.50. 50 ba?
Yes po, sir.
Opo.
That is MPA. Then lastly, solve na tayo for PN. So PN is just FCR times AG. Tama ba? So FCR ay 214.50 while our AG, sorry. Ang AG sabi sa problem, hindi ko makita. Ang AG sa problem is 9,290. 9,290. So that will give us ang answer natin ay na makukuha sa calculator ay naka-Newton, but divided by 10 raised to 3 para yung ating mas kuha sagot ay naka-kilonewton na. 1992.71. Kilonewton. Tama ba? May decimal kasi ginamit ko. Okay. Bali 1992.71 kilonewton. Then after that, balik na tayo dito sa pag-compute ng PC dahil kailangan natin makuha yan. That's 0.9 times 1992.71. So our PC is 1793.43 kilonewton. Then to check for the ratio of PR over PC, so PR is 890 divided by 1793.43. So ano yung sagot? Dito ay 0.496. Tama ba?
Tama, sir.
So comparing to 0.2, which is greater, PR over PC is greater than 0.2. Ano? Since PR over PC is greater than 0.2, which one are we going to use? We're going to use this formula, yung equation number 1 natin. So, since PR over PC is greater than 0.2, I use this one, PR over PC plus 8 over 9 times MRX over MCX plus MRY over MCY. Greater than or less than or equal dapat siya sa 1.0. Bali may value na tayo ng PR over PC kasi na-compute na natin yan kanina. So lagay na lang natin yung value dito, that is 0.496. So tapos na tayo sa compression part ng ating interaction value. So move naman tayo sa flexure part. Flexure na yung a-analyze natin. But sabi sa problem, wala daw or ang bending daw natin is nasa strong axis lamang. Bali at the x-axis. So walang bending na sinabi for our y-axis. So what will happen is that magiging 0 lang to. Ito ay itong term na to equal na sa 0. Plus 0. Yung MRX and MCY na lang yung kailangan nating solven. Pero kapag sinabi na merong bending at the y-axis as well as sa x-axis, so mas mahaba yung calculations natin. Pero mas madali yung ating solvent ngayon dahil nga tayo ay walang bending at the y-axis. So, solve muna tayo for MRX. Ano? To solve for MRX, kailangan lang natin na i-analyze yung ating column as a beam. Bali, redraw lang natin. Bali, assuming that this is our column na naging beam na siya, may simple supports tayo dito. Yung lateral support ay nandun lang sa end kasi wala nang binanggit na additional lateral support. Tapos meron tayong concentrated load dito sa gitna. So ilan yan? Ilan yung concentrated load natin? Hindi lang tayo basta ga-add dito kasi yung a-add natin, gamitan pa ulit natin ng moment. Kasi nga moment yung kailangan kasi doon sa una, compression, wala na tayong ibang ginawa dahil compressive force lang yung nag-uusapan dyan. So, kunin natin itong LRFD or yung factored load nitong ating concentrated load na applied. So, that is 1.2. Yung dead load na given is 22 plus 1.6 at ang live load na given ay 53. So, ilan yung magiging effect niya? 1.2 times 22 plus 1.6 times 53. Yung ating factored load ay equal sa 111.2. Ano? Then after yan, meron na tayong factored load. Kailangan natin makuha yung moment na present dito sa beam natin, the maximum moment. Bali, to draw for the maximum or to get for the maximum moment, kailangan lang natin makuha yung reactions dito. So, ilan yung reaction dyan? Symmetrical yan, divide lang natin sa 2. So, meron tayo dito 55.6 na reaction as well as dito. Then, draw the shear diagram. Ano yung shear diagram nito? May pataas dito. 55.6. Then, pag ganito, mababa. Then, ito yung shear diagram natin. Then, for the moment diagram naman, ano yung moment diagram nito? Ito siya. Then, kunin lang yung area nito. That is 55.6 times, ilan nga 2.6. So, that will give us, ito, triangular na yan, Mas mababa dito. The maximum moment natin is equal to 144.456. Nasundan yung nagawa. Kailangan lang i-perform ito, shear and moment diagram. Hindi ko naman lang kailangan ituro kung paano yan gawin kasi dapat ito ay natutunan na kay Sir Dayahan. Or in other way, pwede rin naman tayo gumamit ng derived formula. Yung MUX natin, or the maximum moment, considering that we have a simple support and a concentrated load at its midspan, that's simply equal to the concentrated load multiplied by the length of the beam divided by 4. So that will be 111.2 times, sorry, sira yung aking pad. 5, ilan nga yung length ng beam natin? 5.2 divided by 4. So 111.2 times 5.2 divided by 4 will also give us the same answer. Ito yung sobra pala ng 4. That's 144.56. Yan din dapat yung natin. 55.6 times 4.6. Tama. We have 144.56 na MRX. Ito yung MRX natin. MRX. So once natapos na sa MRX, nagababa lang ako. Kailangan naman natin kumuha ng PMN. Kasi yung PMN natin, that is equal to our MCX. Yung MCX natin. PMNX. Bali, basically, yung phi natin? simply that is 0.9. Then ang concern natin is to solve for our M and X. Bali yung subscript na X just mean that yung analysis natin is based on the major axis. Bali, sinabi na rin kanina that we have a compact section, so no local instability, so there will be no flange local buckling na mangyayari. So the possible limit state that we're going to investigate is just yielding and lateral torsional buckling. But how are we going to determine if yielding will occur or lateral buckling? Ano kailangan natin ma-check? Si LB, LP, and LR. But what is our LB? Ano sabi naman kasi walang sinabi that there is additional lateral support. So the lateral support is just located sa supports natin, dun sa pin connections. So LB is simply equal to 5,200. So next, let's solve for LP. What's our formula for LP? That is simply 1.76 Ry square root of E over Fy. So 1.76, our Ry is ilan? Ang value ng Ry ay 64.52. 64.52. The square root of 200,000 divided by 345. Ang LP na makukompute ay, saglit lang 1.76 times 64.52 times square root of 200,000 divided by 345. So that is 2734.09 mm. So anong masabi natin? LP is less than LB. Therefore, hindi man mangyayari yung yielding. So probably that will be lateral torsional buckling. But we don't know if which kind of lateral buckling. Kasi kailangan pa natin ma-check si LR. So si LR, ito yung napakahaba nating formula. So I will not show you na yung formula for LR. But this is our formula naman. We'll just substitute the values. Ito store muna as A. Then ito store sa B. Then basically, evaluate lang sa calculator. Yung RTS may value or wala bang value na binigay? Bali walang binigay na value mismo ng RTS. So kailangan pa natin siyang isolve using this formula. Kailangan pa natin siyang isolve using this formula. Yung CW kailangan ma-obtain from this one. Yung HO naman, alam nyo na rin kung paano siya makuha. Ito yung formula natin for that. Then yung J, hindi rin binigay pero may formula tayo to compute for our J. But in order to simplify yung problem natin, yung RTS will just 72.202. Paki-check na lang paki-verify pag kinumpute using this formula. Then yung J naman is 538342.5107. Pero makikita to sa AISC table. Pwede rin i-check doon yung values ng J at ng RTS natin. Bali, after having this value mo, compute na yung LR as 14,787 mm. So with this, masasabi natin that LP is less than LB, but LB is also less than LR. So knowing this, we have a partially supported beam. So yung M and X natin ay mo solve using the formula CB times MP minus MP minus 0.7 SXFY over 10 raised to 6. Mag-isod lang ako. times LB minus LP over LR minus LP. And that should be less than or equal sa MP. But what is our MP? MP is equal to Fy over Zx. Pag kinompute natin siya, Fy is 345. Ang Zx naman is 990 times 10 raised to 3. Divided by 10 raised to 6, ano? So this is 341.55. Tapos ano yung CB natin? Yung CB is for concentrated dead load in a simply supported beam with lateral supports lang at its end. So CB is equal to 1.32. Nasa table naman natin yan, yung value ng CB na yan. So plug in lang dito, 341.55 minus 341.55 minus 0.7. Ang SX ay 895. 895 times 10 raised to 3. Ang Fy ay 345 divided by 10 raised to 6 times LB na 5,200 minus LR na 2734.09 divided by 14787 minus 2734.09. Pag in-evaluate yan, MNX ay equal sa 416.9775 kilonewton meter. But comparing that with our MP, 341.55, we will notice that MNX is greater than 345. But based on our code, MNX should not exceed our plastic moment. Therefore, MNX ay equal sa plastic moment na 341.55 kilonewton meter. Nasundan yun, bakit ito yung magiging value natin? Nasundan?
Yes po.
Dahil sobra yung MNX kesa sa MP, ano kaya yung gagamitin? Verify ko lang ulit kung tama. Saglit lang ah. Yan, tama talaga. So this is our MNX. So para computein lang natin MC. So that's phi MNX. That's 0.9 times 341.55. 341.55 times 0.90 give us 307.395 kilonewton meter. So basically, meron na tayong PR over PC, check na yan, plus 8 over 9, then MNX, MR pala, MRX over MCX, may value na tayo, then this one, RY over MCY. This term is equal to 0 plus PR over PC. Na-compute natin siya as 0.496 plus 8 over 9. Ang MR na na-compute kanina ay 144.56. Then ang MC naman natin is 307.395. So, let's get the value of interaction value natin. That's IV, ano? IV pala ang tawag dyan. The interaction value. Bali, 144.56 divided by 307.395. Times natin sa 8/9. Then i-add sa 0.496. So, the value that we're going to have is 0.914. Ano? Bali, yung interaction value natin is equal to 0.914. Therefore, ito ay less than sa 1.0. At pag na-prove natin that our interaction value is less than 1.0, we can conclude that our beam column is safe. Ano? Yun lang yung dulong sagot. Safe yung ating beam column. Nasundan? Kung ano yung nagagawa natin?
Opo, sir.
May question? Do you have any question po? Bali din natin masasagutan itong interaction value kung hindi tayo gamay dun sa di natin pagamay yung ating column pati flexure member. Kasi doon magmumula yung mga gagamitin natin na value para sa interaction values natin. Bali kung walang question, let's have our next sample problem. Sample problem number 2. Bali ito na yung pinaka-last topic natin, pero meron akong assign sa inyo na recorded lecture by Thursday. Yun ay for the special topics natin. Saglit lang. Bali, ito yung ating next sample problem. Pakibasa muna. Natin na lang. Okay. Bali, for our next sample problem, we have this one. A W12/40 tension member with no holes is subjected to axial loads. PD is equal to 110 kilonewton. And PL, hindi ko na sulat, kulang. PL is equal to 135 kilonewton. And it is also subjected with bending moments, M moment, dead load moment sa ating Y axis is 14 kilonewton meter, and the dead load moment at the Y axis is 35 kilonewton meter. Is the member adequate if LB is less than sa LP natin? Bali, still is of A992 grade 50 specification. So, yung FY niya is 345. Then, we're going to use ASD, assume compact section. Tapos, ito yung ating dimensions for the W 12 by 40 na wide flange member. Bali for this one, yung ating gagamitin is, yung ating wide flange section is acting as a tension member na meron tayo ditong tension member with no holes daw, yung tension member natin. Then aside from the axial load, meron din na moment na may experience itong ating tension member about the y-axis. So y-axis bending yung meron tayo. Ito yung ating I section. Tapos meron tayong tensile force dito na 110 plus 135. Then meron tayong moment dito sa y-axis. Na 14 plus 35. Bali sa sa x-axis ay 0 yung value natin dito, 0. Bali sabi sa problem natin, ang gagamitin natin is ASD, so no load combination will be applied. So add lang natin yung mga applied load and applied moment natin. So sa tension, that's simply 110 plus 135. This is 245. So yan 245 na yan, automatically this will be our PR. Then dito, ito yung y-axis bending natin. So 14 plus 35, that is 49. May 49 tayo dito. 49. At itong 49 nito, ito yung ating MRY. Then, yung MRX natin equal siya sa 0. So, ganun pa rin, kailangan pa rin natin makuha si PR over PC para malaman natin kung aling equation yung gagamitin. Kailangan siya i-compare sa 0.2. May value na tayo ng PR, that is 245, but we don't have the value for our PC. Pero saan natin makukuha si PC? Bali, this time, ang nag-uusapan natin ay tension member. So, since tension member to, ang gagamitin natin na concept sa pag-determine ng PC is yung for tension member. So, this will be Phi-Pn. Hindi pala siya Phi-Pn. Kasi ASD tayo. Pag ASD, that will be Pn over omega. So, yung Pn natin, pwede siyang based on tensile yielding on gross area or tensile rupture on net area. But which one ang gagamitin natin dito? Is it the yielding one or the rupture one? Alin kaya yung gagamitin? Or both ay gagamitin natin? Alin na gamitin natin? Tensile yielding or tensile rupture? Hello po. Alin na gamitin? Tensile rupture or tensile yielding? Alin? Hindi pa ba kayo? Bali sinabi that there...
Sir.
Alin po?
Wala po idea ko anong agamitin.
Okay. Bali sinabi that we don't have holes. Sinabi na walang no hole, that there is no hole. So, ang ating area na kailangan mo consider is the gross area. Kasi pagka net area, na-consider natin dito is may butas, may holes. So we're going to use this one, tensile yielding on the gross area. And what's the formula for tensile yielding on gross area? That's simply AG times Fy. Tama ba? Then divide it by our omega. At ang omega natin for tensile yielding, that is 1.96. Tama ba? 1.67 pala. Walang 96 na ano. So, AG is 7550. Fy is 345. Then divided by 1.67. Equal to sa 1559.73 kilonewton. Nasundan? Kung merong may holes sa problem natin, so kailangan i-consider si net area, then after that, kailangan makita kung alin yung gagovern. So kailangan na natin malaman anong relationship ng PR and PC compared sa 0.2. So this will be 245 divided by 1559.730. Ilan yung value niyan? 245 divided by 1559.730. That is 0.157. And that is less than sa 0.2. And since less than sa 0.2 yung ating PR over PC, we are going to use the second formula. That will be PR over PC plus, ano yung formula natin? Check natin sa code. Saan na yan?
8/9.
Hindi man siya yung 8W9. Hindi 8/9. Ito yung second formula natin.
PR over 2PC plus MRX.
PR over PC is less than 0.2. That is PR over 2PC. So yun yung gagamitin natin. So may 2 dito. Then this will be MRX over MCX plus MRY over MCY. But MRX is equal to 0. 0 na to. So wala na itong term na to. MRY over MCY na lang tayo. So after that, may value na kasi tayo ng PR over PC, pati itong M or Y natin. MCY na lang yung concern natin para makuha natin yung interaction value. Ma-compare siya sa 1.0. But what is our MCY? Bali, MCY is minor axis bending. Bali, for minor axis bending, may formula ba tayo dito? Ito yung kailangan natin na concept dyan. Minor axis bending ng W section. Bali, for minor axis bending, ito lang yung magiging formula natin. That is for yielding and for flange local buckling. Pero sinabi sa problem natin, hindi ba nabanggit? Pero, ayan, nabanggit pala that we're going to assume compact section. So, we will not have FLV. No FLV. Kasi meron tayong compact section. Then going back here, copy lang natin, dalanhin natin doon sa atin na-solve. Yan. So to solve for our MCY, our formula is simply Fy Zx, but that should not exceed 1.6 Fy Sy. Zy pala to, kasi minor axis bending nga. So MCY is equal to 345 ZX is 934,000. Ay,
Sir,
ZY
ZY
ang
po
gamitin.
ata gamitin.
ZY. Okay, ZY. Mali ito. Ba't hindi ko mabura? Saglit. ZY. Ay, ayaw mabura. ZY ang gamitin natin. Kasi ganito na lang. 345 times 2750. 00. So, ilan yan? 345 times 275000. This should be 9487500 divided by 10 raised to 6 ano? Divide 10 raised to 6. Para maging answer natin ay naka kilonewton meter. This should be 94.875 kilonewton meter. But kailangan pa natin siyang i-verify. Ano? Kailangan natin siyang i-verify if hindi to mag-exceed sa 1.6 FY SY. Kaso wala tayong value ng SY na binigay. 345. Hanapan ko lang kung may value ng SY. Ano? Ano nga to? Ay, hindi pala given yung ano. Naka-English pala to. Hindi ko mahanap kung ano yung value ng ating SY. Ano? Pero kailangan ma-compare siya dito. But assuming that yung ating MCY will not exceed 1.6 FY SY, therefore this will be our hindi pa siya MCY ano? Hindi pa siya MCY pala kasi ito ay dapat ay MNY pa lang, MNY. So to solve for MCY, so that's MCY is equal to MNY over omega. And also, what is our omega nga? That is also 1.67. $94.875 divided by 1.67 will give us MCY na equal sa 56.81. So after getting the value of MCY, yung kaninang na-solve natin MNY pa lang ano, kailangan pa i-divide by omega para MCY yung makuha. Pag nakompleto na natin si PR, PC, MRY, and MCY, substitute na lang sa equation ng interaction value. Equation na napili natin, that is interaction value equation number 2. So ano yung PCR nga? PR pala, PR, that's 245. Ang PC natin is 1559.730. Take note na dapat ay may 2 dito kasi yung binigay na equation number 2 natin. This one is 0, yung para sa major axis bending. Plus sa minor axis bending, MRY is equal to 49. Then ang ating MCY is 56.81. So get the interaction value. 245 divided by 2 times 1559.730 plus 49 divided by 56.81. The value is 0.941. Ano, and that is less than sa 1.0, therefore safe yung ating structure. Nasundan? Nasusundan po yung ating nagawa.
Yes po, sir.
Bali, ano lang yung bago dito sa topic na to, ano? Yung bago lang dito sa ating natawag natin na combined forces and torsion or yung flexure natin is that yung nakuha natin na values from compression and flexure member, pag nag-act siya simultaneously, kailangan yung ating interaction value or yung effect ng combination of forces natin ay laging less than sa 1.0. Ano yun lang naman. Pero yung previous knowledge natin ay utilize lang to solve for the interaction value. Bali, actually, kasi yung next sample problem natin that involves the torsion, tama ba? Attention, dapat ay mapasok din tayo dito, pero meron pa tayong value ng CB, pero hindi na natin muna siya gamitin. Meron pang consideration na ganito, but kasama na siya pagka nag-analyze tayo ng yung moment amplification, pero hindi naman na natin isinama siya sa discussion natin. Bali, yung ating final exam is hanggang dito sa topic na to. Yung recorded video na asend ko next meeting ay hindi kasama sa final exam, pero meron kayong sit work for that. Merong activity, posted naman activity, posted naman, hindi ko pala alam. Mapopost pa lang wari. Yung activity para dun sa topic na yon, pero take note na hindi na siya kasama sa final exam. Bali, kindly open your cameras. Document lang ako. Okay na, pwede na pong mag-leave sa platform natin. Thank you for attending our class.
Thank you po, sir.